Hello, welcome back to these videos where I teach English every day. But of course, in these videos, I'm teaching health tips. If you've watched, we have a study tips one, so please watch them. I have 34 study tips. Now I'm going over my health tips. So how to be healthier, and eventually maybe we'll get on to emotional or mental later. So today's topic is about 75 hard challenge. If you've heard about it, it becomes popular every January. So in January every year it becomes popular. I think it was created in 2019 by, let me pronounce his name correctly, Andy Frizzle. Frizzle. Sorry, it's difficult for me to pronounce, but in 2019 he created it. He's a podcaster and he's the CEO of a supplement company, and he created it according to his website. So let me read this to make sure. He said, this 75 hard challenge, this is not a fitness challenge. It's explained as a transformative mental toughness program. So transformative is going to change you mentally. Toughness program. So it's going to make you more mentally tough and change how you act, which I agree with it. 75 hard, but I'll explain more stay till the end for what I call maybe 75 soft, which is growing in popularity in the last 12 months or so. But during COVID-19, these kind of programs became popular. And it's very interesting for several reasons. I'll explain why. So there's 5 steps of this 75 hard challenge. So in January every year, a lot of people try it, and you should try it out yourself. So of course, the first one is follow a diet. And according to him, no cheats. Sorry, I should say that's the main part of this program. That's why he calls it 75 hard challenge. If you fail even one of these 5 things, even one day, you have to start over with your 75 days. So you do 75 days hard, and then you can decide, do I want to rest for a week or rest for a month and then start it again? But you cannot fail any of these actions. So first one is follow a diet. But what's interesting about it, and the reason I like it, is you can follow any diet. Whatever you think matches you, like no sweets in my diet or no Coke in my diet. Or like recently, I'm trying to eat only when when the sun is up. When it's dark, I'm trying to decrease eating, so that I'll eat when sun up, and then of course before bedtime I'll stop eating. So follow a diet, but again, any diet you want, just don't cheat. So whatever you decide on, like I won't eat noodles anymore. Okay, that's it. Stick to that diet. So that's one reason I like this diet. It's interesting. Oh, I shouldn't say diet, challenge. So the second thing is do 2 45-minute workouts a day. And one of them have to be outside. This is again a reason I like this. So he recommends at least 90 minutes of exercise a day. But again, up to you. That's why he said it's a mental toughness challenge. It's about, or transformative mental toughness challenge. It's about changing how you act. So same as the diet, pick what is accessible for you. So if you want to lift weights and become stronger, then you could do that. If you want to walk, like I'm doing, I'm walking every day. If you watch that video about it, I explain I'm walking every day now. You can either walk, or you can jog, or you can bike, or you can swim, or anything you want. And the second thing is, I think very important, is he said 45 minutes can be inside, like in the gym or in your house, 45 minutes outside. And I'll talk about this maybe more later. I talked about this a little bit in my walking video when I give health advice about walking. But I used to join a gym for years, and it never changed my weight. It never changed my attitude so much. But now that I walk outside every day, it changes a lot. The atmosphere, even if it's raining, snowing, any weather, cold, hot, I always try to walk and outside. And it actually calms me down. So I think it's really useful. I think that's what he means too. The reason some people find challenging is because of the weather. The weather doesn't match. You can say, oh, well, I go to the gym. The weather's always the same in the gym. That's true. But I think part of what makes you mentally tough is going outside every day, even when you don't want to. And once you start doing it, you'll become such a habit. Like you won't want to stop doing it. So of course, then again, follow diet, exercise every day. Do 2 45-minute exercises a day, 45 minutes inside, 45 minutes outside, at least 45 minutes outside. 90 minutes outside is okay too. That's what I usually do. I usually do my full workout outside. Like some people might want to do yoga or lift some weights outside. You can see videos of these on the internet. Number 3, of course, drink a gallon of water every day. He recommends a gallon. In liters will be 4 liters of water every day. I doubt that. I talked about that in my water video. So sorry, I'm trying to see where water video. Oh yes, health tip number 7. I talked about how much water you should drink every day, and there's a lot of debate. Like people used to say 8 cups a day, and I thought, how's that possible? You drink a lot of. A lot of people say, no, that's too much. You have a lot of water in your diet. So I think 4 liters a day is excessive. So this is where I would call, some people call it 75 soft on the internet instead of hard, is having more soft skills. Soft things, so that you can continue this longer. So of course, yeah, you could try to drink 4 liters of water every day, but it's probably not healthy for you. It's probably actually too much water, especially if you combine what the water you have in your food. So I think if you take out the water you have in your food, like I said in that video, the best would be 1.4 liters for women and 1.8 liters for men. So what I'm trying to do these days is 1.6 liters of water every day. And it helps for 2 reasons, I think. One is it helps because it replaces other stuff you drink. Like when I'm drinking, like my students know, I love Coca-Cola. Even this week I finished my college classes and some of my students gave me a Coke to say thank you to me for teaching them this year, this semester anyway. But of course, if you drink more water every day, you can't drink Coke or tea or sweetened beverages. So it decreases that, because if you have to drink your water first, then you might not be thirsty enough to continue drinking unhealthy drinks. That's one thing. Second is, of course, you need water in your body as much as possible. Most people, like I said, don't drink enough. But what drink enough means, of course, is 1.4 to 1.8 liters. Now, maybe if you exercise really hard and you sweat a lot, you might need more water. But that's what's recommended, I think. I explain more in that video, so please watch that video. So next, so we have follow a diet. Again, any diet you want, but just don't cheat. Do 2 exercises, 45 minutes each a day, 1 outside at least. Drink water, as I recommend, 1.6 liters a day. And fourth one is read 10 pages of nonfiction every day. Personal development. This is part of how he said transformative mental toughness. So as you're changing your body, you want to also change your mind. In your mind, we'll talk about this later as we go on with these health tips, but the mind also controls how healthy you are. How calm you are in your mind controls your stress, which controls a lot of diseases, especially your reaction to diseases or your recovery from diseases. So I strongly recommend, but I would say again, if we change from 75 hard to 75 soft, I would say not. He says you have to read 10 pages of a book every day. I wish I could do that, but a lot of people don't enjoy reading so much, or don't have the time to read so much. So what I do is, and it kills 2 birds with 1 stone, as we say in English. You can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, is while I'm walking, I listen to audiobooks. He says you shouldn't. The guy who created this system, Andy, he says, of course, it should be only reading books at night, but if you have to read, you have to sit down, you have to take the time to read. So I like to listen to audiobooks when I'm driving, when I'm walking every day. Sometimes when I'm working in my office here, I'll listen. So I listen to at least 15 minutes a day, but when I'm walking, so hour and 40 minutes every day. Since they're being read, of course, I'm listening to way more than 10 pages a day. I'd probably say I could get in maybe 40, 50 pages a day because of almost 2 hours listening to that every day. And I'll say one thing in defense of that is Stephen King. Stephen King, of course, the famous writer. If you read his book on writing, it's a great read. I can strongly recommend it. But what's interesting about that is he talked about the books he reads and also the audiobooks. So to make him a great writer, he reads a lot, but he also listens a lot. So he even said he would never have the time to read all the books he wants to in a day, in a week, in a year. So I think it's at least 1/3, maybe 1/2 of the books he gets are on audiobook. That he will enjoy walking every day. He walks as well as me. He walks every day. So as he listens to them every day, he can get more knowledge. So of course it limits you if you only read instead of listening to books as well. But important is nonfiction. I agree with that part of this. Nonfiction, you shouldn't. You can read fiction for fun, but if you want to improve your mind, your emotions, your stress, your business, your skills, your success, read nonfiction. So of course, business books are some of the most popular books. Leadership are one of the most popular areas. So read some nonfiction books. A great one I think I recommended on this channel was Freakonomics. Of course, is a great book. There's also well, anyway, you can watch that channel. Watch those videos on Wednesday where I recommend. I call them Pulitzer, Emmy, Grammy, Oscar. I recommend books, movies, theater. So you can look at the books I recommended there. There's a lot of nonfiction there, I think. Next, fifth is take progress pictures. I'll talk more about this in a different video later on. But what he recommends is take a picture of yourself every day. Some gyms do that. My gym, when I joined, when I used to go, there was there's like a chart on the wall, like the line chart showing like that, and you can take a front picture and you can take a side picture, and it'll show you like how many inches or how many centimeters you are expending or decreasing. And you can take those pictures. They used to put up on the wall. You can take a picture with your smartphone to measure yourself, and I think that's an interesting idea. I've always been curious about it, but I've actually never done it myself, and I can recommend it. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see your progress as you go on. But I think more important than that would be two things. In another video, I'll explain about apps, but there's an app where you can measure, you can graph out your weight, your waist, your body fat percentages. Those graphs, I think, are much more interesting for me anyway, than a visual representation. Sorry. But second is, and I'll talk about this in another video, it helps you more if you have a picture of yourself in the future than it does in the past. I'll explain about that in another video, but you want to see where you're going, not where you came from. That helps you greatly, I think. It's a new strategy I heard about relating to finance, but I think it will help also with health. So I'll talk about that in another video. So again, just to summarize, it's 75 hard. Remember, make it soft or make it easy for you to continue, because he just recommends doing it hard, full core. If you miss one day, you have to start over. That's why it's 75 straight. But I would say, instead of saying 75 straight, change it to softer, easier for you to handle, and make it 365 days all year. So of course his things are: follow a diet, any diet you want, 2 exercises, 45 minutes each, 1 in, 1 outside, and drink, as I recommended, 1.6 liters a day. Read 10 pages, or I also said, of course, you can listen to that on audio books every day, and on podcasts or like that. And then take progress pictures, or like I said, maybe take future progress pictures, your future goal pictures, I should say. Thanks again for watching. Sorry this was a little longer than usual. Don't forget to watch these other videos here of popular videos on our channel, and also other health tip videos. Don't forget to subscribe and comment below and tell us you like these videos, and I'll see you in the next video. I hope you're getting healthier every day. Thanks again for watching. See you next time.